3 years imprisonment. Trouble as federal government names bank officials to be jailed over windfall tax. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got in here this morning. Well, it says they have 3 years imprisonment. A lot of trouble as the federal government names bank officials to be jailed over windfall tax. Well, the federal government is proposing that any bank official found wanting on windfall tax default should be jailed. Additionally, it is suggesting that the interest of penalty for defaulters be 10% of the withdrawal tax. The president says that the 6.2 trillion naira that was added to the budget for 2024 will be paid out for the revenue. Legit.ng journalist Jãilêd has over 3 years of experience covering the economic, technology, and capital markets. Bank primary officials who refuse to comply with the one-time windfall tax on banks' foreign currency earning in 2023 may face imprisonment, according to a proposal by the federal government. Additionally, it suggested interest at the current minimum discount rate set by the Central Bank of Nigeria, as well as a penalty equal to 10% of the levy withheld or not remitted annually. This was highlighted on Monday in the National Assembly at a meeting on the amendment of the Finance Bill 2024 between the Federal Inland Revenue Service Chairman Zach Adedichi and the Minister of Finance Wole Edun with the Finance Committee of both houses. President Bola Tinubu requests to modify the Finance Act to levy a one-time windfall tax on banks' foreign exchange earning in 2023 was expeditiously passed by the states on Wednesday. A windfall tax is an additional tax that the government imposes on industries or companies that have profited excessively from favorable market circumstances. The president declared that the funds will come from revenue in order to pay for the 6.2 trillion naira that was added to the budget for 2024. What the bill says. The bill which was passed to the second reading states the Federal Inland Revenue shall access the release profits collected account and enforce payment on levy payable under Section 30 in accordance with the powers of the service under the Federal Inland Revenue Services Establishment, Article 2007, and in exercise of its function in 32A above, may enter into a deferred payment agreement with the asserted bank, provided that such deferred payment agreement is executed on before December 31st, 2024. Any bank that fails to pay the windfall profits levy into the service and has not executed a deferred payment agreement before December 31st, 2024 commits an offense and shall, upon conviction, be labelled to pay the windfall profit level withheld or not remitted, in addition to a penalty of 10% of the levy withheld or not remitted per annum, and interest at the prevailing Central Bank of Nigeria minimum rediscount rate, and imprisonment of its principal officers for a period of not more than 3 years. Federal government speaks on bill. Speaking about the bill during the meeting, Edun stated that even if it is the minor, that's the bank windfall profit levy, makes a significant contribution to the government coffers during a period when tax collection have climbed significantly while being low. The FIRS chairman also clarified that the windfall tax was a deduction from banks' pre-existing profits rather than a new tax levied on them. He suggested that the government and banks split the share formula 50-50 when he spoke about it. He said, "These gains that are released, the levy proposal today is 50, the bank is 50, and the government is 50. And then based on your consultation on other parts, you see that we are here. And then, as my boss has said, this is just a consultation. The final bill rests in what comes out of this interactive section. And then eventually, the bill that we have, as you all know that we are at the executive, are just to implement what you put." Senator Issa Birim, APC Kongi East, bringing up the bill penalty provision, requested that it be made clearer. He said, "My area of of worry is concerning the penalty. We need to be very explicit on the issue of penalty. Here it is said that 10% of the tax withheld or not remitted per annum, and the interest and the prevailing central and the interest and the prevailing Central Bank of Nigeria (MRR). So what are we going to do? 10% is like coming out from nowhere. So I would suggest that we align with MRR. FG plans to remove the 20 trillion naira from banks. The tax might bring at least 20 trillion naira for the Nigerian government if it is approved by the National Assembly. According to Punch, the levy will be deducted from bank 2023 foreign exchange profits in order to pay for a portion of the 2024 supplemental budget. And that is all we have for you concerning this problem this morning, which says here that 3 years imprisonment. Trøüblë as federal government names bank officials to be jailed over windfall tax. Yeah, the federal government is just issuing a warning to all these commercial banks that gained a lot of money doing foreign exchange in the last few years, saying that if you not pay the windfall tax that we asked you to pay, the federal government aims on using that money to pay for the 6.4 trillion naira bill that was set to Nigeria. Yes, and they see after that 6.4 trillion naira, they can see 2 trillion naira from all commercial banks. Yes, they can see 2 trillion naira if the National Assembly agrees to that. And they also told the bank managers or the bank officials that any banking official that hears our bank did not pay will pay that 10% of the one you not pay and the previous one, and you still go to jail for 3 years. For 3 years. So it is like, what are we going to do? We can't. 10% is a lot of money. Yes, it's a lot of money. So it's just over to the federal government right now and the commercial banks in Nigeria. So what do you guys think? Let me see a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button as a big red one with the notification bell, so that anytime I have any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.